What is going on, everybody? Antonius the Gamer here, back in the new year, the 2026 year with Super S Rank. We are the Press Start Select Podcast. Happy New Year. Hope you guys had a good holidays. If you celebrate, if
Happy
you
New
don't,
Year.
I hope your transition to the following week was great. But we're trying to cap off 2025, moving to 2026. Drop a new episode before all the new video game and anime news starts rolling in for the new year. So, S Rank, we had discussed a couple topics prior to recording this episode, and I wanted to ask you, what in your opinion, what was your top five worst gaming news for the last year? Like looking back at the year in hindsight of 2025, like the five things that just drove you crazy was this, and this.
Hmm. That's a good question. trying to think. Grand Theft Auto being up there, number one.
Okay.
Um, because we're in a strange situation to where nobody wants to upgrade, right?
Nobody, as in the consumer or the
The consumer doesn't
okay,
want to upgrade,
okay,
So like nobody wants to upgrade, and they don't see a reason to, right? What if you're still releasing these games on the PlayStation? You're kind of going counterproductive on the business model that drove the gaming industry forward. Like, hey, these games will be compatible for a time, and then hey, it's time to upgrade. So what having the PlayStation, having Grand Theft Auto drop would actually sell consoles, kind of like give us give us enough time to figure things out.
hmm,
To like give the industry some time to breathe, so they can actually figure things out on like how do we get in this hole and how do we not prevent this from happening again. I think pretty soon, if they want to survive, if they want consoles to sell, they're gonna have to start making sure that okay, all these people have PlayStation 4s, but we have to force them to upgrade. There either has to be a reason to why they want to upgrade. Yeah, you can't play this game here. You can play other games, but you can't play this game here, and that'll give people a reason to upgrade. And I think they need to implement that again because it's not looking good on all sides.
hmm.
We've seen the data. So Grand Theft Auto being pushed back is one. Um, Worst gaming news. Another worst gaming news. Well, I would say bummers for people like Marathon. That was a bummer for me because I'm like, okay, I'm excited. Bungie's about to go take a crack at their game again, and then you find out it's just love, death, and robots.
Well, I mean, some of the more
Touching.
recent, like not to, I guess, cheat 2026, but like some of the more recent trailers they've released have been promising. I'd say, I can't say
Yeah,
great, but definitely better than what we saw from the initial reveal last year.
yeah. Game studios being closed down. You know, it was a hey,
Even
you
that,
guys did great,
even as of
but
yesterday.
game studios being closed down. Oh, for me, the transition for Xbox everywhere. That was just like, oh, okay. Yep, that inner turmoil, that struggle to where Phil says one thing and then Satya comes out and says, "No, we're actually going to do this." Yes, actually.
Hmm.
And just that tug of war and then just having Sarah Bond just like, "Okay."
Right. I'm just here for the hardware. I don't know
And
what they talk
I'm like
about.
I'm like I'm like, yo, so like why did they have to give it to the first black lady to take on, They just drop that on the top of a head,
Right.
man. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. It
um,
looks a little.
I yeah. So it's those things. For me, just even in the anime space, like we don't know what's happening with Dragon Ball Z. Toriyama's passing. Um, we don't know what's going on with Dragon Ball Z. A lot of these animes, they're bringing these back, and I'm looking at these things, and I'm like, I don't like this rendition of these animes.
Yeah.
You could have just left it alone. I don't like the new Ronin Warriors.
I knew from the poster, I'm like, this is not going to be good.
I was like, yo,
There, yeah.
where's the flavor?
Yeah. There's certain animes, it's hard to explain. It's like you kind of like, you had to be there. But it's like, there's certain animes that kind of flourish off of the grit, right? So it's like Run of Warriors, Outlaw Star, just like even
Trigun.
Trigun, right? Where it's like there's this gritty animation style that it's not super polished, but it works. Versus here is this super polished, they put some budget in it, but everything is sterile. It has
I've
no unique appeal
brighter
whatsoever.
colors.
Yeah,
Yeah, like this doesn't work for a city under siege.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm glad it's not as hopeless as the first Ronin Warriors, because boy, that Toonami trailer, oh my, and the year 20, da, 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 Tokyo, Japan is being taken over by. You can see the demonic kingdom in the sky, bro.
Yeah.
Another one, Ninja Gaiden 4.
Well, you're already about to hit your five, so
Yeah, yeah. So how many was that?
so I feel like you gave me five in an anime. You gave me Xbox. You said Studio
Okay,
Closure,
got you. Yeah, Studio
Grand Theft
Closure,
Auto.
Xbox, Grand Theft Auto being held back because
Oh,
it would have definitely changed things on the industry,
I agree.
you
I
know.
agree.
And we need even though it's the kingpin, like you kind of need them to come through, like
Yeah, I don't know
and he's
where
like,
I don't know why we got to this place in the industry where we most of the developers look to Rockstar to, not saying, and I don't mean this as like a slight, but they look to Rockstar alone to innovate. So like you guys are holding with bated breath to see what Rockstar does. What do you
and one
what?
more, yeah, I know, one more, Halo, Halo,
Well,
Halo everywhere.
well, the good thing is because it's everywhere. You know, I'm in my recent baby steps. Well, not baby steps because that thing ain't cheap. My first interest into PC and that Halo collection for $10. So I copped. I'm gonna be playing Halo on the deck very soon because I am not waiting for a remaster number two. We're not doing that. No, sir.
Yeah, so yeah, so those were the things where 2025 4 was just like, you know what? I'm gonna join the master race.
Yeah.
Nail in the coffin. Xbox is non-existent to me, even though I have one here. Just didn't really want anything to do with the brand.
Red Ring of Death all year.
And it's not even just being a fanboy. It's more like you 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 are attached to how it launched. That was a great time. So you're a fan of the brand. Like it's okay to like a brand. It's okay.
Yeah, I agree.
We do it with sports teams all the time. You do it with, you do it with your favorite chip, your favorite computer chip, your favorite. Why do you like it? Because they gave you what you want, the performance and all that. So for me, those were the things that kind of like made my 2024 as far as like
25.
just my what I mean, starting
Oh,
2025.
okay, okay,
Like yeah, but
okay.
2024 it ended on a, like I'm not looking forward to this, you know,
And they continue to disappoint.
and they continue to disappoint. Why would we give you what you want?
Right. So for my five, and also these are like in no particular order, of course. Um, the one of the first things I put was that, which is ironic given our pre-recording conversation. I put that fighting games could just not get it together this year. We were let down by everybody the entire 2025. Tekken fell off of a cliff. Fatal Fury is running one of the worst PR stunts not stunts, campaigns we've seen in quite some time. Mortal Kombat 1, need I say more? What Mortal Kombat 1, right?
Oh my goodness.
Only one hanging on is Street Fighter, and that was not what I expected. Given how good the launches were in 2024, I would have never especially Tekken. That Tekken would have ended up in this place by the end of the year. Like, man, I have no desire to play any of these games right now. There's nothing drawing me to come back.
I would say Street Fighter's a good
Street Fighter is good, but even with Street Fighter, it's like Street Fighter. It's clear where the attention has shifted, which is normal.
yeah, it just doesn't have that punch that 4 had,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah, right. It's just which is normal. Of like, okay, you start rolling out the DLC. You're on year two. Of course, the DLC character is going to cause more spotlight. But I'm like, but you're kind of neglecting the base roster to make sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that natural progression of like what I always say about fighters are like, yo, poor Gohan. Once once season 3 of Fighters dropped. Gohan who? Fat Boo where? Vegito Gogeta. Like it just became a
That's all
certain
that matters.
right, a
That's all
certain
that matters. If
hierarchy.
you're not a
Yeah.
Saiyan, you ain't playing.
Right. And you're not one of the Saiyans. Not a half,
Yeah.
not a hybrid. The
We had
Saiyans.
We had Piccolo holding it down. Krillin was a threat.
Right.
Yamcha, Tien.
And then it became who are they?
Yeah. So
Yeah. My number 4 was what was this? Okay. My number 4 was AI affecting accessibility in the gaming space. I feel like given the what you were saying about Xbox or just the industry in general, like given the way the industry seemed to just struggle this past year, we joked about it multiple times, but especially more last year of like, okay, it's PC time because I don't know what's happening here. But as the seven seals of the apocalypse would have it, the trumpet was blown. Book of Revelations chapter 6 and it was like, yeah, we're gonna need every single piece of RAM possible for AI centers. Never mind what it's doing to your local lake and your power bill. We need every bit of possible RAM just so that ChatGPT can tell you that the sky is the number 2.
I mean, yeah, who would have predicted any of this? Man?
Right. And there's been such a an odd like doubling and tripling down on something that is obviously not going to have mainstream appeal of like it is a technical revolution. I think it will make our lives easier in a lot of ways, but it's not. It was kind of like how when VR hit gaming again, and it's like, yo, Meta's gonna do this, Meta's gonna do this. Like, yeah, we got some really, really cool things on the Meta Quest. Those Meta Ray-Ban glasses, fire.
Yeah,
But how many billions of dollars did it take to get there? At what
quite.
cost? You know what I'm saying? Like, at what cost? Zuckerberg has run out of ways to sell our data, allegedly, at this point to kind of re-up. You know what I'm saying? So like, like it said, everything. It costs everything, literally. Um, Speaking of piggybacking what you said, because even though I wasn't a direct fan of it, but I'm always a fan of competition. I wrote down everything Xbox did. Period. Literally everything. I've never been so frustrated with a company that I am not emotionally invested in ever. Of like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Explain to me what they're doing.
Right.
Tell me.
I don't know. And it seems like they don't know. And I'm just like, I don't understand.
How much are they paying you to run this company? And not to mention, like Microsoft isn't doing good with the latest drop of Windows either.
No.
Like they are panicking.
Yeah. You know how bad it is when Satya and Nadella was like, we need to advance the conversation about AI. And everyone was like, you're right. It's not slop. It's micro slop. It's like, yo, it is not going the like you always say on this pod, nothing lasts forever, and Microsoft seems determined to prove that. Of like, what are you guys doing?
And you're at like I just don't know if the higher you get up in the company, the more brain cells they lose as a staff. You have like it's like the higher, the more money the company makes, the less qualified the people are to achieve any goals.
Yeah, it's like watching your favorite rapper blow up and finally cross over, and you see them losing touch with the streets. Of like, yo, you ain't you ain't been around here in a while, and it shows. Like,
In a while, dog.
yeah. Let's see. My number 4 was Nintendo's apparent heel turn. Right, John Cena wasn't the only one last year
That's also
that brought in
terrible.
for the hug, and it was like,
No, that was also terrible. Terrible.
right. I was like, normally, we try to critique all 3 major platforms equally, right? We'll have
Yeah.
something to say about PlayStation, some about Xbox, some about Nintendo. I feel like this past year, the Nintendo defenders that usually jump into our comments have been eerily quiet. And it's like because deep down, I feel like either they're tired of us or they know in their heart of hearts.
They know in their heart of hearts, but I also have a confession to make, and
Okay.
you guys are my friends, so I also turned heel.
What is that? Is that a Switch 2 controller?
Couldn't resist, brother.
You got a Switch 2? Why?
But hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. I didn't pay a single dime.
Okay.
All right, I didn't pay. Well, I did pay a single dime, but it was just the cost of my old video game collection, where I don't need it anymore because I'm going PC. So, ROM City, here we come. But yeah, so yeah, I traded in the Switch. I got a they gave me way more money than I needed
Mm,
for what, and it cut down the price dramatically. Also with the games that I had in my backlog, that I'm never gonna play these games again.
mm.
Cause why? Steam is why. ROMs is why.
Well,
So
yeah.
I like, yeah, all right, you can go.
Um,
And then yeah, here we are.
okay. I mean,
Here we are. Here we are.
I
Yeah.
know my brain is telling me that this is steak.
I,
I know this is
hey,
nothing but code and data.
nah, don't call me Cypher. Don't call me Cypher, man. Don't call me Cypher, man. Don't
but
call me Cypher.
mm.
Man, it's good.
Donkey Kong Bonanza. Oh,
That actually, I don't even own that game. So leave
that
me
would have
be.
been the justifiable thing of like, I was at a crossroads. I saw a really good sale for a Steam Deck, and I was like, do I do the Steam Deck and pay this bread, or do I get a Switch 2? And I'm like, I'm going to get, to me, more of a a run on the Steam Deck by far.
You definitely will. But
Yeah.
you know the thing is, I have an M4 MacBook Pro, so it's like I'm okay. I could play whatever I need to on this.
Yeah. I mean,
You know,
I have like a, I told you guys, I already have like a little mini PC that I could use to play, like, if I wanted to, whatever. But I'm just like, just again, the legs, right? Of like, I'll be able to play this 2027, 2028. I'm like, all right, let me,
2028, 2029, 2020, and
right. Whereas like
yeah,
Switch
got
2,
you,
it's
man.
like, you're going to be kind of waiting for hopefully a port and hopefully a good one, and like, and that's been like my thing with Nintendo of like, y'all are I don't think y'all realize the corner you're putting yourselves into with this right now.
Mhm.
Of like, what happens when this next generation that you're hoping that's going to keep this game kind of like feed running? It's like, I don't want to buy this. I have my phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
you're backing yourself up in the corner of like, you can't turn your back on the millennials too much now.
You know what's so crazy? By the I would say two more iPhones in, and it's over. You have yourself a Steam Deck.
Steam Deck is
No, no, two more iPhones in.
well,
Once you,
because
once you, bro, once they say 24 gigs of RAM,
well, but because AI is in everything, where are you getting that RAM from? Hence why it was on my list. You need a chip for all of it.
I mean, the phones will definitely have way more than we can. Well,
No, yeah,
we'll definitely, yeah, yeah. You know,
Th- th-
again,
yeah.
I do believe like just two more iPhones in, two more Androids in, it's over.
I mean,
You have a game dedicated phones.
yeah. I'm just saying,
You know,
like, in terms of natural resources, like, not to sound like
got you,
Tim,
got
or it's like you got to think of the socioeconomics, but like you got to think of the socioeconomics.
you. Yeah,
This
yeah, yeah.
sounds good, but where are you getting it from? And we all know these companies' habit of passing on the cost to the consumer. So you'll get your iPhone, but it'll be at an Apple Vision Pro
You'll get your
price.
Samsung
Yeah.
too. Whoa, that'll be crazy.
Yeah. And then
But yeah, continue. Sorry to cut you
no,
off.
no, no, you're good. And then my last thing on my list was, and I don't know if you felt this way. And I'm maybe it's just me in my own like over analyzing
No,
things.
we probably feel the same way.
Okay. My
We
last thing on
just
my
didn't
list
talk about
was I felt like, and this is gonna sound crazy given the volume of last year. I felt like there was less and less you have to play this games last year. Like to me, I guess an example I could use, right, of like I've spoken very
I don't
highly about
know.
Expedition 33. But
Yeah.
if you were to say I just can't get into turn-based combat, I can't be like, no, Jory, fight your natural urges to play this game. Like kind of what you said about Grand Theft Auto of like it doesn't matter what genre of game you enjoy. You could be Puzzle Master 65. You're gonna play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, you are.
You know, I just felt like last year I'm like maybe Battlefield 6, maybe
No, I'd say yeah.
as like a
That's a
must
confident one.
play game. But even that, it's just
Yeah.
like like Arc Raiders. We talked about this before. I'm like Arc Raiders. I could see the gameplay loop. I'm like, I just don't see how this is fun for me 2 months in.
Mm. I would say must play games. Yeah, you had Astrobot. That's a must play
That
in
was
my opinion.
24.
2020. Oh, like this year coming up.
No, I'm saying this past 2025.
2025.
Astrobot came out in
Oh,
2024. How many games did you see that were announced, released, and you were like, yo, I ha- I can't get a full night's sleep until I have this in my space so I could install and play.
um, not. I'd say split second. I would say it takes two.
It Takes Two was 2023.
No, no, no,
Split
not that it
Fiction
takes
was
two.
this year.
Split fiction. Sorry,
Okay.
split fiction.
Okay.
Split fiction. Because Pulp Fiction was at the tip of my tongue. Like I was about to say that. I was like,
Mm.
that's a movie. Split fiction is a must play. I would say Battlefield is a must play. Like, oh no, you have to play this Battlefield because if you
Mm.
play Call of Duty, well,
Yeah.
apology is going to be given to you. It was that Expedition, of course. Ninja Gaiden definitely is a must play.
Like I said, I just felt like last year was a little
Yeah,
bit more
didn't have a
subjective.
yeah.
That's all. Like it's like there was games that I will defend. You know what I'm saying? Like I stand by that. I think Ghost of Yote is a pretty good game. But if someone was like, it just wasn't for me, I'm like, but I also see that. Like it wasn't those things of like. So I recently kind of went into a little bit of a nostalgia dive just for a bit, right? So I started playing Batman Arkham Asylum, and I started Arkham City, and I'm like the Arkham City in particular is just as good as it was the first time I played it. Like that to me felt like I'm like you are doing yourself a disservice if you do not play this game as a gamer.
Got you, got you, got
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't I just feel like last year, and again, I'm sure someone in the comments like, yo, you are bugging. But I'm like, that's just it just didn't feel that like I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything. Of like,
I
man,
say
I
first Spider Man.
yeah. Right? Yeah.
PlayStation.
No, I'm saying
Yeah,
like I feel like previous years, right? There was maybe a couple of like boom, 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 you gotta play this. You gotta like but I just like this year it's like because even if you were to say, let's just say it was without a doubt Expedition 33 Battlefield 6. We're talking about a game that came out in March and a game that came out in October in a calendar year where we were getting a major release literally every month.
hmm.
People turned on Avowed. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 seems to be depending on your tastes. Like it just wasn't that like no, everyone should stop what they're doing and play this. You're missing a cultural moment if you're not playing this.
Man, that is true. That is very true.
So that
Let's
was
say
just
like Red Dead Redemption 2 did that. That was
yes,
a cultural event.
yes,
Elden Ring,
yeah,
cultural event.
yeah.
Monster Hunter Worlds,
Mhm.
cultural event. Man, that's very, very true.
Yeah. Where it's like even if you ended up not playing it, like as a if you as a self-proclaimed gamer, you at least knew. You know, like it was undeniable.
True,
I
true.
still remember when I went to go buy Dragon Ball Fighters because it released the same day as Monster Hunter World, and the line for Monster Hunter World was just as long. So you know what I'm saying? I just feel like that hasn't happened unquestionably in some time.
Got you.
Yeah. But let's move the conversation forward a little bit. We also had made a list of things that we thought were really, really good in this past year, 2025. So, what are like three or four things, maybe even five, of that you thought were like, okay, this was great for gaming in this past year?
This past year, with of course, the Gaming Awards actually.
Okay,
The
that's
Game
a hot take.
Awards. The game is I mean, it's good. It's good. It was good for the industry. It was a lot of people tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
Half the world was tuning into the Game Awards,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we need that unification as gamers. Um, Also, a lot of games are crossplay.
Yes.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of games are crossplay now. I think that's another beautiful output taken. So those are my two. I mean, I could stay on them for a little bit, like because, like look at that. Now you can fight somebody on a PlayStation if you're playing Street Fighter, vice versa. Like you don't have to worry about like, is this game gonna die on this
On this,
platform or not?
yeah. Yep. Yep.
No, if anything, it's gonna keep growing.
Right.
Hey, no, man, I'm getting Street Fighter. Oh, five of my buddies have a PlayStation. I have an Xbox, but we still can play. I'm gonna get the game.
Right.
Boom. Um, so that's cool. So those were a lot of my favorites. Resident Evil 9, Leon Kennedy's back. That's the third.
Okay. Okay.
That trailer, that
Okay.
reveal
Mm-hmm.
was great for me. I really that's my favorite. I was worried about what they would do. I'm hearing werewolves will be introduced into the so yo, I'm not paying Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Right. 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 Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was cool. Uh I'd say Hirada retiring
Okay. That's also a pretty hot
because
take. I'm not mad
yeah,
at it though.
Hirada not because he did anything wrong, but I think
No, when I say a hot take, I mean like it's most people be like, I just want one more from him, versus you being
I mean,
like, you did it.
I do too.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do too, but I rather you be alive.
yeah.
Just like Itagaki, you know? I would wake up to see what Itagaki was doing. I
Mm,
did this for years. Is he gonna drop a new game? How's he doing? Because I really appreciated that type of developer at the time.
mm,
My first introduction to him was a G4 TV short short. They just did a short scoop on him, a short piece on him, and like I loved it. And so that was one of my introductions to him. I say, yo, who made Ninja Gaiden? And then boom, you see the guy behind. I say, yo, this is a game developer.
mm.
Yo, this guy is like, you would have had no idea he was a game developer.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did not fit the criteria or looks of one.
No.
And so, Harada retiring, just yeah, man, take some time to breathe, get well. A lot of Japanese work till they die. And I think that's something that has to kind of change with the culture.
Yeah.
So bravo to him. Taking the first steps to, to rejuvenate, to think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
himself, man.
Carving out your
You
next
put
your
in
next phase and chapter for yourself. Yeah, for sure.
Tekken will be fine. Even though it's gonna turn to Soul Calibur, but
Right.
uh, um, but yeah, Tekken will be fine, man. So those are I think I give you four.
Yeah.
Last one, last one.
And if you don't have one, you don't have one. It's not like you have to give me five.
Um, I think Monster Hunter slowly winning me over again,
Okay.
and I say that because the last couple of battles, last couple of fights, monsters were really enjoyable. I had a lot of fun playing against those monsters, man. I really had a lot of fun playing against the Grogmazios.
Mm,
That was a blast. Playing against a lot of the event quest. So a lot of these new monsters that show up, I'm having a lot of fun with. And so if they keep that momentum, I just really hope that this next expansion just changes everything. I mean, give us a new color palette and everything. Like, please, because it's too dull.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World won the hearts of people because it was bright and campy. Didn't take itself too serious. Who's gonna grill a 17-pound leg
Right.
in the middle of a boss fight? That's
And then wear
hilarious
the
to me.
bones as a chest plate.
As a chest plate and eat the entire leg in 2 bites.
Yeah.
I love it. And so I'm optimistic for what's gonna happen with Monster Hunter. I think the last battles were in the right direction. I was having a lot of fun playing Gog Mazios and just a number of things that they're doing. I feel like they're doing right with
Okay.
the event matches.
And
So
ladies and gentlemen, he's not just saying this. We have a video up on our channel right now of S Rank saying the exact opposite when the game dropped. So it has actually indeed won him over.
yeah, it's slowly winning me over. Because I was gonna add that into like worst cat things to end off with. That was gonna be one of them. That was a disappointment.
Mm,
But it's we'll see. Fingers crossed, man.
okay.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. My five. This one I won't say on too long. Mostly because I feel like I said some of it a little bit with the worst, ironically. But some of the best was that I feel like the indie gaming space is shining more than ever before. Right? Like I feel like there's been this narrative of like, well, the West just doesn't know how to make games anymore. It's all about the East. It's all about what Korea is doing and China's doing. It's like, no, it's more about what the indies are doing. We got a lot of really solid, small team, double A, quote unquote, games that were like, yo, this was fire. Like
Making AAA money.
making AAA money, right? Of like, yo, Hollow Knight Silk Song sold for $20 and ran laps in numbers. It's a beautiful thing to see. Of like, I think this whole thing of like, I said for a long time, I'm like, gamers, you don't have to just agree because this is what's being dictated to you. There's another way most times. And I feel like
They're
this year
giving
we
you a
saw it.
product.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's another way. You don't have it's the days of, well, if I don't buy this, they won't make another one is over. Like, there's spiritual successors to all of your favorite genres right now on your favorite video game store, and people are discovering it and sharing it, and we're seeing again names we would have never heard before just being elevated, and rightfully so. Versus these bigger budget games that just can't seem to figure it out. And I would say can't seem to figure it out across the board because to me, and maybe this is a hot take, I'm like a lot of the Eastern games people hype up. I'm like, this is almost like vaporware. You guys talk about it for a week and then I never hear about it ever again. It never comes up. Oh, Where Winds Meet has engaged 5.6 million. I haven't. It was gone in 2 weeks. Nobody talks about it. It was like Arc Raiders. Where Winds Meet? Arc Raiders. It's like, okay, so then
No,
what
no.
is?
Our greatest is still here.
No,
I'm
but that's
hearing
what I'm
about
saying.
it
I'm
at work.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
When
Got
Winds
you.
Meet
Got you.
came out, and then the conversation went back to Arc Raiders. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, there's something about these teams willing to take a risk. Again, I keep stressing the price point. Arc Raiders is $40. It's
$40
$40.
and a lot of fun.
Clip
Just off of
content if you're
seeing
a
the AI.
streamer.
Yeah.
A good night with your boys, doing raids if that's what you're into. Like, there's a
Yep.
lot of things I'm just like, bro, you don't need it to be cinematic movie of the game, for it to catch your interest. So I really love that. Uh, I would say the general improvement to games media across the board. No one has suffered more than gaming fans of media in the 90s and 2000s. We got the worst versions of everything not named Tomb Raider for a very long time. So the fact that you can turn on Amazon, Fallout's really good. The fact that you can turn on Netflix, Castlevania's really good. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that we're starting to get more like, yes, sure, not everything that should be a home run is, right? Obviously, Devil May Cry was very divisive, but they're trying, right? Like we would have never predicted a Devil May Cry anime. You know what I'm saying? Like we sit there and we all gush about Cyberpunk Edge Runners. You know what I'm saying? Like there's different things of
Amazing.
like we're
Yeah.
getting better media for gaming, and I'm like good because if games for a while felt like the same conversation we would have about anime of like you guys you're locking yourselves behind the it's a cartoon and missing out on peak writing. like, for yeah, they might be able to survive superhuman things, but do you know what this clash means?
I yeah, again, like do the CEOs and the people in these boardrooms lose more brain cells the higher they go up in that, the
Right,
higher they climb the business ladder?
right.
I don't know.
You see, Demon
Like
Slayer almost hit a billy this past year, and you say to yourself, children's cartoons, almost a billy.
almost a billion. Not one Pixar movie that
Right.
dropped did that.
Well, I think technically Zootopia because Zootopia Disney owns Pixar, so it's like a Zootopia 2 made some bread, made a lot of
Oh,
bread
it
actually.
did.
Yeah,
I felt none of its presence
I mean
throughout
you weren't the
Twitter.
target
Okay,
audience,
got you. Okay,
cleaned up. But to
wow.
your point of like, but that's how out of how many movies, you know what I'm saying? Where it's just like,
Yeah,
yo, we're starting. And again, the thing the crazy about Demon Slayer is you're talking about a movie that no, you can't just casually go watch. It's not like it's like a movie only story. It starts halfway through an arc of like, why is
it
everybody
is.
falling through the sky? What's happening? like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't
So
just
like,
walk
you
in.
can't just go watch it. No, you just can't go watch it and
yeah,
guess who. You don't
yeah,
even know like that fight with Rengoku. You won't understand how of an end game that fight was already
right,
if you don't watch the movie.
right,
And I love Rengoku,
right.
but no haps, no
Yeah,
haps
yeah,
caps.
right. So that to me, I'm just like, I think we're starting to just see, like I said, the. I mean, maybe it's out of desperation, right? Like Hollywood has been scraping the barrel dry on a lot of things, but yeah, you have a lot of untapped great things that if you take it seriously, people will flock to it. You know, and I feel like we're starting to see more of that this year. Um, Bit of a bias, but I felt like Digimon did their thing for their 25th anniversary. They did it.
That's a good one. That's a true
They
statement.
dropped an anime. It seems to be well received so far. I haven't got a chance to catch up and watch it, but it seems to be doing pretty well. How much more can we say about Digimon Time Stranger at this point?
Man,
Then
you're
at the
right.
25th anniversary event, there was that short that I shared in the chat where it showed the season 1 and season 2 kids at that weird thing where they're adults, but they're not fully grown yet because they keep trying to go back and not do anything more, but do more with them. And that was really cool. So it's
Mm.
like you're doing all these things of like, I think to me, and I could be wrong, but I felt like this was the year where Digimon kind of stepped out of Pokemon Shadow, where people kind of like actually hit themselves with like, oh, it's a Pokemon clone. It's like it is not a Pokemon clone.
Nah, not anymore.
Right.
Not
It never
anymore.
has been, to be honest with you.
Yeah, yeah. Actually never has been.
yeah. So I think that kind of like I was happy to see that like it's almost like 20 years of vindication of like, no, you guys don't understand. like, that little dinosaur over there, when he goes to Mega, they still haven't topped Terraforce.
Ask Seedramon.
right. Or that short you share where we're talking about the different forms, and he's like, War Greymon, the greatest design ever. And I was just like, I have no kind of argument.
Yeah. There's no Digimon. I mean, we could say Paiyujamon is a close second, but
A very close second.
we
Because
could say
it didn't, you didn't know that was going to make sense until it did. Of like, you
Yeah.
legit just combine their body parts and it looks amazing. I don't know why.
But then again, you have you also have Magna Angelmon, which is like you stop talking.
yeah.
You just stop talking. Fist of Faith. Oh, the names of the attack alone
Hmm.
and like the designs is just
Yeah. The Gate of Destiny. Yeah. So that was my like, yo, they did it. And I hope they can keep it going. But it was just good to see. And then my
you know
mm,
what? I think it's a wrap, man. I think they're gonna start punching. I just feel like they're gonna start punching like Sega's doing. You know,
True. True.
Sega is trying to gain their footing. If
Yeah.
they had Bayonetta in their hands right now, they would just all load out and pull the trigger. They probably were like, oh man,
We should
we
have
should have
taken it
held
more
down that
seriously.
IP.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. My last one is, even though, I mean, based on recent news, it remains to be seen. I liked the energy of Steam getting back into the console space. I like it. I like the fact that, yeah, you could say, oh, it's an undercooked device, da 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 da. It's like, but just the fact that they're trying to put themselves out on the market of like, yo, the water is great over here. You'll find something to enjoy over on Steam, and we have sales weekly.
Uh,
Weekly sales,
you mean you don't want to pay for subscriptions?
right?
I mean, internet, right?
Right. You just want to hop on your Wi-Fi that you're already paying for, and play with your friends. Yeah, we had that over here.
Hey, don't worry about the installments. It's going to come optimized to
Yeah.
your liking. And if you want,
Oh yeah.
it's up to you.
I cut my Steam Deck on. I got Ultra Street Fighter 4 for $4, and I'm
Wow.
playing it at 90 frames per second.
The price of a Happy Meal.
In my in the palm of my hands.
Oh my.
So I think it's again, I'm a big fan of competition. So I'm glad that they are just really doing their thing. Was that three? I think that was four, right? Shows, indie space. Oh, the last other one. I'm sorry. The last other one was Marvel seeming to care about their video games again. Like I know people don't want to like acknowledge it of like, oh, it goes back to the reaction video I did where I was talking about the top Marvel games. And somebody was in my comment saying, "Oh, these games have sucked these past couple of years. What are you talking? We haven't had good games since Incredible Hulk. This Arkham was the last good games we had." I'm like, "Fam, you're telling on yourself right now. We have had great games these last couple of years."
Telling on yourself.
Yeah, to my
Well,
surprise, honestly, of like, because they even said, and I quote, "Marvel Rivals is just another Overwatch," and I was like, "Do you know how hard it is to beat Overwatch in their own genre?"
you Overwatch, man, listen, they obliterated.
Right?
Oh,
Do you know how hard it is to be like, that's a compliment?
and now because you had lock on the hero shooter, but now you have actual heroes.
Yes. That
And the
Deadpool trailer
designs
drove
are not
people crazy.
it's like every character they drop, not only are you going to deal with the popularity, but the anticipation of how the character will be designed is the selling point of why people, yo, I'm gonna play this character.
Right.
You said Blade got Dracula's sword?
Yep.
In what universe? This one. This one.
Yeah.
Marvel's Dracula? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I will.
Wait, Rogue and Gambit dropping when? Valentine's Day? I'm just saying,
Yeah,
they already
they
dropped.
already
like,
dropped. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine the Valentine
And
yo,
y'all already hinting at Cyclops?
it's you know who Cyclops is in 2025 in the 2020s right now.
Right.
Cyclops from the Marvel vs. Capcom game.
Yes, yes.
That type of energy. That's the Cyclops we
That's the
got.
Cyclops
right
we're
now.
getting.
That's the Cyclops we're getting. We're not getting. Oh man, y'all gonna get Kamehameha beam from the eyeballs.
Yeah.
Good.
So to me, I'm like Marvel Rivals,
Yeah.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Even
Yeah.
some of the games I try to highlight on my channel of like, yo, you guys are doing yourself a disservice. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't play Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, stop being like, oh, Marvel Spider-Man 2 was mid. Okay, then go play these 6 other games that were fire. What are you talking about?
I gotta do a piece on Marvel, like Guardians of the Galaxy. That's the best Marvel game that
Ah,
they've
whoa,
ever
whoa,
made. And
whoa, whoa, whoa,
wait, wait,
whoa,
wait, wait,
whoa,
wait.
whoa.
My favorite,
Okay, yeah.
my favorite
Whoa.
Marvel video game. My favorite.
Because Marvel Spider-Man would like to have a
My
word.
no, but I'm not gonna put that over Hulk's Ultimate Destruction. Sorry, that's my favorite.
I'm not
Oh
mad at
no,
that.
you know what? We need to turn this in. We're not gonna even we're not gonna even continue this discussion. We
Okay.
need to. This
Yeah.
is yeah.
Cause like I'm
This
not
is
mad at that
worthy of a
take, but I
topic.
think sometimes like I do get caught up sometimes where I'm like, do I like it because it was innovative for its time, or was it really that good? And it could be still good, but like it
It
was
was really
also
that
doing
good.
something that I had never seen before. Of like, hey, you ever played the game Rampage? You ever thought about doing
Hey,
that with the Hulk?
hey, if you were to say Electro's Revenge was your favorite Spider-Man 2 game, I ain't got no problems with that.
Mm,
I'm not gonna even fight you on that. You know, if I'm not gonna fight you on that because I played it
yeah.
and it was just as fire.
Yeah, yeah.
When you had to go against Hammerhead, like, oh man, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just that yeah, you know,
I think you could definitely make a definitive list that people can't question, but like it's hard. Yeah, we'll return to the topic of like what
yeah,
is
we'll
the best
return to
Marvel
it.
game,
Mhm.
and then just one or two things that you're looking forward to in this 2026 year when it comes to games.
Ah, man, empty promises, bro.
You're looking forward to Empty Promises?
Forward? Oh,
Yes.
not looking forward to.
I was like,
Um,
okay,
no, no, what I'm looking forward to this 2025, I kind of want well, if it's gonna go down this way, I hope it's all for the better. If the AAA companies just come falling down like a house of cards, I just hope it's all for better so that all the new grass, the new dew can finally bloom coming in
mm,
the form of indie developers, right?
mm-hmm.
Because that's going to be very interesting game awards.
1000%.
You know,
Yeah,
it's going to be a very interesting game awards. Uh, so for me, I just think that'll be what I'm looking forward to. Another thing is, a lot of the games that are releasing are games that I like. I've never I. It's been a while since I had a list of games that I'm gonna get.
bro. I I rarely tweet. I tweeted the other day. I ended up downloading Absalom, right, to play with one of my friends.
Mhm, mhm.
Played it for just a little bit because, of course, my bedtime is like 9 o'clock. But as I was playing, I was like, I can't remember probably since college the last time I had this many games in my backlog that are all fire, all fire, all probably a solid 8 out of 10 across the. Digimon Time Stranger is still in this box. That's how much fire I still have to get through.
Yes, and you're gonna have a lot of fun too, bro.
I'm sure. So just to piggyback off your statement of like I'm like there's
Some of those Digimon,
so much of quality just waiting.
man, man, that Digimon game is so, bro. I was really just like I didn't want to spoil it. That's how I was like, dang, I might just have to do it and tough it out. No, because I'm like, yo, I saw Omnimon, right? Then I saw another Omnimon that wasn't Omnimon.
Hmm.
I'm like, is this the Black War Greymon version of Omnimon? Say, oh, nah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done, bro. Yeah, so it was like, okay. And then y'all got all the you man, I was like, they did not hold back,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I
So
didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm in
no,
so
no,
much agreement with you. Like, yo, my backlog looks in. It looks
no,
insane. It looks insane.
it's been a while. It's been a while since I had a list of games that I'm looking forward to that I like. Dog, I think I got 10 games here. I can't complain. I have my list is over 10. And they're coming out throughout the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't and they're touching every genre that I care about. So I'm hands is folded. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just hoping that I have enough time to play all these.
That's my
You
other
know?
thing too. Of like,
That's it.
when does this list start to whittle down in any way, form, or fashion?
I got my indie games that I'm like, no rest for the wicked.
Hmm.
I'm a cop. I seen I got hey, Neo 3. That's the game for me. You
It's
know?
looking pretty good.
I enjoy Neo, man.
Mm,
I enjoy Neo. I think Neo 2 has the best combat system. Um, and I like it just does. I don't care what anybody says. I'm like, no,
mm,
that's a fair combat system. It's not botched like Elden Ring to where like who found the golden gauntlet on top of the mountain spear at 3 a.m. in game time, and now he's just spamming because
mm,
he found an infinite loop until they patch it.
mm.
I don't have to deal with that. I could just literally deal with somebody who knows stances, and they earned it if they killed me.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to a lot of the games on the list. Phantom Blade Zero. I'm hearing nothing but positive things about people not going, you know. Even Crimson Desert, like they're saying, no, like we planned it.
You're right.
It didn't disappoint us. We're playing it right now.
Nothing here was not an engine. All of it. Will it run the best? We don't know, but it's
We don't
all
know yet,
there.
but it's all there. So you have that. You got what else did I put? Uh, yeah, a lot of games I'm looking forward to. I have my list here, but I don't know if I should pull it up. Wait,
Yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah,
we could say it for
yeah, yeah.
a different pod.
But Resident Evil, I'm excited. I'm interested to see where the story's going to end up, since this is giving me the feeling of a new chapter arising. So, hey,
We'll
listen.
see.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you guys. I'm with you and Tim on this one. I do think it's time to wrap it up, but
Yeah, I'm like
we'll see,
Capcom. You
man.
got so many other properties that you could be focusing on right now. Like you could technically be giving us a Devil May Cry 6. Technically,
Good.
cleaning this up a little bit. Stop doing this
Where
whole thing.
Where's the Dragon's Dogma 2 DLC? It needs help.
I mean, the main guy already. So
I know. I'm just it's
yeah,
just wishful
but
thinking.
to your point, yeah, like Capcom, like you got a lot of other things you could do that's not Resident Evil. Like that legit needs your attention. Like, get to it. Just give us Jill and get to and move on to something else, please. Yeah.
Yeah, so
You pretty much said everything that I said on my list of one thing I'm looking forward to. Like, I want to see if Fan Blade Zero can pull it off. That's probably be my most anticipated game of the year so far.
yeah, mine's as well.
What you were saying about like what you hope sprouts from what looks like the inevitable collapse of the AAA market. I'm like, that's literally pretty much what I wrote down here. Of like any game about to continue to put belts behind all year. It feels like
Oh, and I'm looking forward to Code Vein too.
okay, but I mean that drops like next week.
Yeah. Yeah, next week. It does. It does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's
But yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's it.
Okay, so I mean we don't want to linger on it. Like you legit said everything that I said, or said that I would have said. One of the topics I wanted to discuss before we kind of wrap up, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is mostly just we're looking back at 2025, looking forward to 2026. You can hold us to it as much as possible. We're gonna try our best to get on a more consistent recording schedule, at least for the podcast. So you might be getting shorter episodes to some degree, but more consistent episodes. So
Yes, indeed.
hope the trade off for most people is worth it. I wanted to ask you, Jory, how you felt. Because I know we obviously discussed it in the group chat as it happened. But what were your thoughts about Vince Zampelli's like untimely passing?
Oh, bro, we were talking about this guy for like a good month
You
straight off of
were,
his
we
accomplishments.
were.
So for me, it was just like to find out how he went out too. It was just it's almost like even in this space, nobody can have a good thing.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing.
Like you got I'm, and you can someone like that should be treated like a Kojima, you know,
Okay.
um, cause he deserves it, man. Like
Mm.
like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is his response. is him. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is him.
Yeah.
All that. Like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 for me, when I beat the I that scene where you get betrayed was like I was like, dog, this is what a soap opera for males is.
Yep.
I could not I didn't even know what I was playing anymore. And now you're furious. I gotta finish the rest of this
Yeah.
campaign.
Yeah.
We gotta find this man.
He gotta go. He got to go.
He's got to go.
Yeah.
Then you play um
Because
Cold
he
War, then
did
you
Titanfall also, right?
he did Titanfall. And then Titanfall was on rumors of making a return.
Mm.
And so, no, it's just he's responsible for the Star Wars games that we got
Yeah.
that makes sense. The story that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so just to see how his hand affected literally 90% of he's responsible for literally 90% of the industry, like the games that we're playing that we're enjoying.
Yeah. At some point,
Just
he
like
has had a hand in something you probably enjoy as a gamer if you've been gaming long
yeah, just
enough.
like just like Kanye, you didn't know Kanye mixed half the you just didn't know Kanye mixed half the hip hop
Yeah.
era. Yeah, he was the oh yeah, that's your favorite song? Go look at the credits.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if he's not on there, he already put his signature note.
Yeah.
So it's
Facts.
just it's it's just more like, man, can we can we not have nice things? Can we not have people that believe to helm and to lead? And just the way he went out was just like, man, I was
It's like when it's your time, it's your time. But it felt so preventable. It felt so preventable. Like, it's just how we lost him. Like this.
yeah, my heart goes out to his family because
Of
it's
course.
not something you could ever. It's one of those things to where it wasn't like natural events. It was just preventative, man, and it
Hmm.
was just like,
The timing of it, when it happened, like it's one of those things where, like you said, it's like I'm curious to see because of when it was happening, like the news cycle was so heavy. But I'm curious to see like the ripple effects over time of like he should be a Kojima to some degree. This is not somebody where it's like, whoa, if you knew him, he was a great guy. It's like, no, you've heard his name. I promise you've heard his name before. I promise you. Like you don't
yeah,
you
I
don't get
mean,
talent like that ever.
you don't. This man's discography. If we were gonna look at albums,
Yeah.
he has how many platinums?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if we were to convert what he did in gaming to music, he would be on the level of a lot of our favorite artists, not just in rap and pop.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I'm laughing
For
but
how
it's
many?
because I agree with you.
So like look at Star Wars. Like that's the best Star Wars game
In
I don't in a
quite some
long
time.
time. Kyle Kestis is a well written character.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's even a better character in the second one.
Yeah.
I just wish he had more odds to
Yeah.
strengthen that.
Right. It wasn't a perfect
You know,
antagonist
it
side.
wasn't a
Yes.
perfect
Yeah.
antagonist. It was interesting, but it wasn't a perfect antagonist.
Yeah.
I just think Star Wars in itself just needs to leave that era.
No, of course.
But that's a different, but from what I'm seeing, like Titanfall is, bro, that junk was it needs to come out to now. It's gonna flourish,
But who
you
helms it
know?
at this point? That's because the
No,
thing
no,
is, like,
no.
not
And
only did
and
we
and
lose
my
him, but
thing
we lost him. Like, it wasn't like, and again, not to say that this makes it better, but we know that Kojima, for whatever that means, is on the tail end of his career. Right? He said it of like, I only have but so many more games in me before I'm like, yo, I'm out. Vincent Pelli was 55.
yeah, young too, man.
We could have gotten probably another 20 years of just peak from him, from his mind.
Yeah.
Like that's the other thing of like, yo, his contribute. If he was 65, like, he's gonna give us a banger. He
I
just
think
knows.
yeah, I think and then and I appreciate guys like him because they don't care what age they are. They're gonna yo, I'm gonna do this until it's over.
Yep.
You know?
Until I can't. Yeah.
Until I can't no more. And I always appreciated that type of artist. It's not my age that's gonna stop me. I'm an artist. That's it.
Right.
You know? Um I think it points to another issue, right? In the gaming industry, like there's no leaders. There's no
No.
actual leaders. You don't like say what you want about Cliff Basinski. We can talk about him today because of that.
Mm.
We know his name because of that. You can say what you want about Kojima, but Kojima is as much as controversial, whatever you might find him to be.
I wouldn't say controversial at all. I feel like,
You know, he's not controversial.
yeah.
I mean, in the sense of controversial, in the sense of that was probably the most controversy you'll ever see to this day, and it's
Oh,
still controversial because people we play the Phantom Pain and we're like, where's the rest?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you paid attention to what Kojima was about to do, Kojima would have had one of he would have created an almost a new that's the best place where extraction shooters fit.
Mm.
He would have had the best extraction shoot because you got to look at it in the game you're building your own base that can get invaded by actual players.
Yeah.
He would have had the best endings in video game history because Solid Snake, the boss, invades your base.
Mm.
And that would have the base that you built is where you have the ending battle. That would have been the greatest. He would have had the greatest games of all. He would have had the greatest game of all time. Nobody would have ever taken that away from him
Mm.
had it been finished. If I was Konami, see if I see leaders make crazy moves to where, hey, listen, we're gonna pay you to finish the rest of this game. Do you want to? And then, yeah, these are the kind of stuff they break modes, right? There's no leaders in the industry anymore.
Yeah.
You don't have a face. Halo needs a face. Halo needs a face. Like Marty O'Donnell, like the guy who composed the song. You can see his face, but his personality, you can see why the song came out so good. The theme song to Halo is so amazing, and it's entwined in the gameplay.
Yeah.
You can see Hideki Kamiya. There's no face for for these games to exist.
Yeah. I
You
think
know,
to piggyback off your point, I think what's we're starting to see, and it's just a weird. Like, I understand it on a corporate level because at the end of the day, it's a business, right? It's a thing that trades goods for capital. But this whole thing, to your point about the lack of leadership, of like how everything seems to be, well, it's all about the shareholders, and it's like, okay, to some degree, again, I understand at a fundamental level, like, yes, they're bankrolling these things, but it's like, since when did the art gallery owner tell the artist what to paint? Since when?
and
You
it's
hired him to display his art at you because you believe in his talent. Not,
that's where it should stop.
yeah.
That's where it should stop.
Now, again, I've joked a lot. Sometimes if they're going a little bit too overboard, feel free to reel them back. Everybody needs an editor. But I feel like at some
It's
point we kind of got to the point where, like, the editor is now running the show, and we're starting to see less and less people be like, "Yo, it's me who's doing this.
and
I'm
he
gonna make
edits
sure we get to the
everything else
finish
out.
line."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think that's I took time to ponder on it, but I realized my favorite games have a face on it,
Mm.
and they're responsible for the change in a lot of games.
Mm.
Who would have thought Over the Shoulder would have changed Resident Evil forever and Over the Shoulder games? You would not have Last of Us. Resident Evil 4. The reason why people like it so much is because we forget that was the first time we had any game that looked like that.
Mm.
Or the first time it was
Well, yeah, you can't say that. Yeah.
blended
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
or blended well
Right. Right.
together.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Resident Evil 4 wasn't holding your hand. There was no cursor or reticle. You have to use laser sight. And if I can't aim, guess what's going to happen to me? I'm dying.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss
You're
a lot of
clipped.
those
Yeah.
shots.
Yeah.
That's why Resident Evil 4 was such a major leap over because it was like, yo, I've never seen a camera angle like this before. And now you're getting deeper and deeper entwined into the world of the game. Not to mention, it was like a semi-open world game.
Mm.
You know, everything's on foot. You're locked in a village, but location by location.
Yeah.
And,
But
you know,
but
write the check.
but to your point, it's like, who do we credit for that?
Oh,
Like,
well, we know who the guy Shinji Mikami. We know the
what
guy.
I'm saying is,
You know?
like, like, in terms of
Yeah.
that progression of, like, who do we credit for these certain monumental moments of,
Got you.
like,
Yeah.
what is the equivalent of Vincent Belli over there, right? I'm not too sure. I think,
I don't think anybody I don't even think people in the industry now have like when you tell me who's helming Halo, I don't see any confidence in Halo.
No.
None of them. Like there's no confidence in Halo. We're gonna do everything to make people feel you're not leading,
Right. We're
right?
gonna
You're
do
not
all the
leading.
things you liked 20 years ago again.
Just because we can't ourselves, we don't know how to write a story.
Right.
We don't know which way Halo should go.
Right.
And if we don't like, and if I'm be honest with you, us as a team, we don't like Halo. So what what are we doing? What are we
Nah,
doing, man?
I'm with you, and I feel like with Vince, it's like people, the people who I see critique Battlefield 6 in particular, right? They're like, oh well, it's just a better version of Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. I'm like, well, Battlefield 3 was so good that I heard about it, and I don't like first person shooters. So he took one of the best foundations of this IP and improved it. That's what you're supposed to do.
Not to mention when they had that heist game dropping, people were going crazy.
Right. I'm like, you're supposed to take some of the best ideas and continue to build on them.
Rainbow Six is going to give it to you.
Exactly. And we see what happens when they shift away from that, all right? Of like, as much as I enjoy playing Bayonetta, Bayonetta 2 is a much better game, controls wise. But what happened with Bayonetta 3? Oh, let's strip some of that. Okay. Okay. Now she's turning into choo choo trains and clocks and fam, you just it needed to just be
The Multiverse of Madness
yeah.
era. How many games did we get doing that? Every game that came out that year had a multiversal theme.
Yes.
All of them died.
Right.
All of them died.
Yep. We run
I'll
out of
never
angels
forget
and
Mortal
demons, so
Kombat.
she's fighting the homunculus now. I beg your pardon? The what? The goo man. Okay.
And you didn't even make them interesting. They all look like Power Ranger
Yep.
enemies, like from a Power Ranger season 6 or
Yep.
something like that.
Yep.
And I'm like, you
Yeah.
had the best designs from the first two games, and you guys come up with this.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no face, man. There's no face helming the game industry, and so those are some of the that's how I feel about his
Well,
death.
Vince,
It just
yeah.
pointed out a whole bunch of other flaws in the industry, man, like big ones. Because when you see it, when you look at it, like yo, there's a void, and I don't think there's anybody to. Well, there is, but it's just not going to be in the AAA market. It's going to come through an indie developer.
I somewhat agree with you. I don't fully agree with you because I feel like we've been starting to see, to be fair, some of the Eastern market get a little bit of that. Like the guy who is the director for the Final Fantasy remake, Rebirth series, whatever. He's been doing interviews left, right, and center, and he's been
Oh no,
talking
but
cash
I
money.
rather see that though.
Yeah, he been talking cash money. I'm here for it.
But I can I get mad at his cash money? Because when he was speaking cash money on the first game, I was like, oh. Like, bro, that's the best directed. I'm gonna listen. I got the X. It's coming out on the Xbox. I'm gonna buy it again. I
Mm,
don't care. They deserve it. They deserve it. Because I felt alive. I felt like I was playing. I was like Saturday morning cartoons with cereal every time I played a game.
mm.
Every time I play it, the music, say what you want. Oh, it should be a turn based XYZ. I think if they're gonna do another Final Fantasy and they want to copy Expedition 33, they should do it with Final Fantasy 9
Sure, sure.
and keep this Final Fantasy rock'em sock'em robots for my brain. I don't care.
But it's not.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the other.
Yeah, but it's not.
That's the
It's
funny
not.
part of like people see it like it's too much action. Like, if you play,
Nah,
I
bro.
promise you, there's strategy. I promise you.
The materia system.
Yeah,
You
this
better
is
make
not
sure
Kingdom
Tifa is
Hearts.
built well.
Yeah,
You better make sure Barrett is built well. You better make
yes,
sure everything is maxed out. Those weapons, you better max them out
yeah.
so you can get there.
This ain't just
But
dodge
again,
roll and attack. Like your positioning, like when I fought Odin in Rebirth, and I saw that he takes his blade near the beginning and cuts a line that you cannot cross. I said, "Oh, okay, oh." He's
Man,
cutting lines
dog.
into the stage of like you. I decide where we move from here. It's like because this is what I would expect fighting Odin. Of course, Bahama is one of the hardest bosses in the game. Of course, he is.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, that's where my heart is with this whole thing, man. But you're right. Even the S games, but we just need someone who's proud of what they built, man.
Yeah,
You don't see this in the tech industry.
yeah.
It's just a faceless. It's just like you make decisions like Micron when you have no face,
Mm,
when there's no leadership. Oh, we're gonna all go. We're gonna put everything into, and after that, hey, Micron has just been bought by XYZ.
right, right.
You CEO because you were greedy, because you didn't know how to read the room, because just the lack of leadership. There you go.
Yeah, and
At
you
least Kojima is gonna the next game he makes is gonna be an amalgamation of everything that he's explored
yeah.
with Death
Whether it be
Stranding.
with Death Stranding or things he's seen in movies or things he's been inspired by. Like I think having again giving the artist the canvas to be able to paint, right? Of like when I hear of Meta closing the studio that made that Batman VR game that everybody loved, I'm just like you don't understand what you're disbanding right now. Sorry, they didn't close it. They had some significant layoffs. They're not closed. But I'm like you don't understand. Like you're not thinking long term the way you think you are.
And they like when we look at how many projects Vince left, we're like, yo, did he get fired?
Hmm.
And I'm like, yo, how could you fire a man with his resume this long? How
Right.
could you not give him sole leadership?
Right. Right. Right.
You from and have him search out for talent.
And that's why I
This
said
guy knows how to.
I think we've lost the visionary for the shareholders of like, well, and I promise you we will have at some point because we're doing a shorter podcast. We're gonna have a podcast dedicated to Fortnite because I promise you, I feel like without being in those boardroom meetings, I'm in those boardroom meetings of like, well,
Oh, bro,
but Fortnite's
you
doing.
gonna get all the hate.
Shh.
No, we go. No, listen. This is how we gonna do it. We're gonna talk off air. How we gonna do this episode? Hey, listen. just follow my lead, bro. All
Yeah,
right, just follow my lead. But
but
yeah,
it's not like
if
everything in the game. But yeah, I mean to bring it all back to I say rest in peace, Vince.
yeah,
Thank you.
so
Thank you.
thank you for real. I was
Yeah.
I was inspired by you. I'm gonna do all the research I can to see how you lead. How you because I know that's my dream one day to have
Mm,
to be a leadership of my own company and us having games so we can just rejuvenate. Every time somebody sees that logo, they're like, "Yo, we're gonna get some great food right now.
mm,
We're gonna get our money's worth. We're gonna be treated with respect, with care and love, and we're just gonna have something to. We're gonna have something that would have been the idea if there was no strings attached. Like when you hear these stories about how Beast Wars were struggling to come out with an episode because the shareholders or overseers didn't quite understand the reason for the episode, and you find out they gave us this masterpiece. Spider Man dealt with it.
mm.
X Men dealt with it. Wolverine can't cut anybody live.
Then why is he even here?
Why? Spider Man can't punch anybody live on
Right.
television. So Spider Man shows up and throws
And throws and swing kicks.
everybody and swing kicks. And so now, you know, hopefully we don't know what's gonna happen to the next X Men '97 season. Look, like you had a face and y'all got rid of him. It's this thing that's
Yeah,
it's this thing that's bothering me. Like,
yeah,
yo, pay the brothers if you really want the Marvel movies to be saved. Just pay the brothers whatever they ask for. Pay them
yeah.
because
For all of it.
they have the best
Yeah,
movies.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
made the best. You guys, Sam Raimi would have had a hit with Doctor
If
Strange,
you would have let
but
him
y'all
do what he
shot
wanted to do.
him
Yep.
in the foot. Doop doop doop.
Because I'm not gonna lie, Multiverse of Madness had some fire sequences. There was a
Fire
couple really
sequence.
creative things. I was like, wow, this is okay. Like, so yeah. One last quick topic before we go. Just because I felt like it wouldn't be right if we didn't at least talk something anime for this episode. Even though I'm dangerously approaching I can feel this next 10 minutes. I'm gonna pay for this tomorrow morning. But
Just tag me in, bro. Tag me in.
um,
Tell me. Let me see if I.
is this the year that Jujutsu Kaisen hits its peak of peaks? And what I mean by that is we all kind of felt the moment when Attack on Titan clicked. We felt the moment when Demon Slayer like clicked. Is this the year now with the Culling Game Part 1 starting? People are already clipping up, uh, but again, getting put into a poster frame and then smacked out of it in the subway. And that's episode 2. Is this the year that Jujutsu Kaisen becomes like one of them ones in the anime space?
From what I'm hearing, I heard Shibuya Incident was the best arc.
It is. But
From what I'm hearing
yeah.
the Shibuya Incident is the best arc. But I can't tell you. I like Jujutsu Kaisen. I like it. Doesn't bother me. I'm just not. I just don't wake up thinking about Jujutsu Kaisen because I've kind of already seen it done before.
Oh no,
And
one
you see,
thousand percent.
I've
Yeah.
seen it done before, and I can just I'm like, okay, you guys got this scene from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You guys got this scene from like I understand paying homage is one thing,
Yeah.
but guys, come on, like
Yeah.
Naruto, you can't have a scene where people are fighting on water and not think about Naruto versus
I
Sasuke.
agree.
You can't do that
I agree.
unless you the Avatar, where I know it's going to be completely
Yeah.
different.
You
You know,
the letting your inner dark half take over and not think of Hollow Ichigo and what he was doing in his heyday. Sukuna is
you,
cool. Sukuna is fire.
Sukuna's
But
cool.
we know who
I
the
mean,
forefather was. Like
how many scenes am I gonna have to where somebody touch my chest to let me know how fast he is, and then I grab my blade and drop my finger on me, and I'll collapse. I fall down like a piece of paper
yeah.
out of the sky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's a better written Bleach. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, for now,
Forget what to
for now,
say.
for now, for now,
The
for
Culling
now.
Game is a very interesting arc, is what I'll
So
say.
nah, bro, you can't I know you're gonna go in, but I appreciate your oh man, it's just we're just so different in what we see,
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I feel like you have. I feel like I have the Byakugan. No, I feel like I have the Sharingan. You have the Byakugan that's about to evolve into the Rinnegan. Because, because dog, if you leave, because for me, I could see the fine things in X Y Z and change, but like I feel like yo, nah, you got the Rinnegan, dog. Because it be like some stuff you say, I'm like, yeah, yeah, this was butt cheeks. This was butt cheeks. My Hero Academia, like butt cheeks, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, you can give me that Bakugo sequence. You could put it on a stadium. It's done. It don't matter.
Yeah.
None of it matters. The stakes don't matter.
Right.
Once he became Ben 10, that was it.
Yeah. I think
I don't care about the series no more.
the funniest thing in recent memory for me was when you and Tim had convinced me to watch Predator of the Badlands, and then I pointed out, I'm like, you notice a theme in this movie? And y'all were like, yo. Still enjoyed
Yeah,
it, but I'm like, it was
nah, you killed the movie for me. You tombstone the movie, dog. I was like, dang, flatline.
there's
No.
only
I could like
one. The cast was 4 people, and 3 of them was all right, and the fourth one was covered in all right. They didn't even know who Buddy was really until you pointed out like this is who they cast for him. I'm like, interesting. The one time we get the Predator with the shape up, that all right, interesting, interesting. Funny how that works.
oh man. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That was the interest.
yeah.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, I think like I know supposedly this is supposed to be a year for Dragon Ball's Grand Return, supposedly, right? As we're recording this podcast,
I don't want it to.
yeah, I don't know what that looks like. They're supposed to get some. We're supposed to get something towards the end of this month, like kind of announcing the Dragon Ball plans for the year.
I don't want Dragon Ball Z to come back. I
Yeah,
don't.
I don't either, to be honest with you. Like,
I don't. I don't. I could say this is an opportunity to where you can just sweep it under the
yeah,
rug and we'll be
it's
like, you know,
the games are still gonna sell. Kakarot apparently sold 10 million copies. I'm like, the games are obviously gonna sell.
if you want to continue like a storyline, do it through the video games.
Yeah,
That way,
video game
nobody
original
loses.
enemies, video game original. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm with you.
storyline. We'll just do it through the games. Focus on the games. Like, hey, we're gonna because honestly, I don't see what more you can do to make me interested. The transformations. I don't even care if they transform ever again. Just give us story.
Yeah,
You know, just give me a story. Give me good enemies. Get other characters have the limelight. You can go ahead and have Vegeta and Goku take Hokage back seats
yeah,
and let Gohan drive a little bit. This way, this way, you know what I'm saying? At least, let Gohan drive.
yeah.
But to me, it's just again no leader. Nobody knows how to handle these properties.
Right.
Nobody knows how to tell a story.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
I'm like you guys are manga artists, and you mean to tell me there's nobody within Japan that can help you write the story
And you
that
have
has
all these elder
ideas?
statesmen that are still the few that are still left alive. I'm like, yeah, sure, he might be taking an indefinite hiatus. I would be taking if I'm a manga artist, I'm taking weekly meetings with the creator of Hunter x Hunter constantly. Hey, I have this idea for this. What do you think about this in terms of an arc? Constantly, and it's just in Odo we trust, and nobody else seems to like try to push the envelope forward. If it's not One Piece, everyone's just like, well, just oh, look at this animation, like
I
the
mean, One Piece is cool and all, but I'm like, yo, I want to see how this is gonna end because if it's Looney Tunes, what's your answer to that?
I don't even think
What
it's
is
it's about it as being a Looney Tune. I think like it just gets to a point of like we can't scale up much more than this at this point. Like Kaido was kind of that was it.
okay? And if it stayed at Kaido level, then that's fine. He was in an event match.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
was a raid boss.
Yes,
Thank you.
yeah,
Let's get back to reality.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's tone things back down a little bit. But
You can
no,
have your raid boss. You can have your raid bosses. Like a lot of the Dragon Ball Z villains was raid bosses.
yeah,
Like, yo, we need everybody on deck for this one.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know? Um, but yeah, back to what you were saying. I think I'm not I don't know. From what I can see, everybody's hyped, but if from what I'm hearing about Jujutsu Kaisen, what I heard before, they said, yeah, pretty much after the Shibuya incident, you can stop watching.
That's not entirely true, but
Okay.
I will say yes. Like it, anyone who's not trying to be a super fanboy would have a hard time arguing that Shibuya arc was not the peak of what happens throughout Jujutsu Kaisen. There's some other cool things that happen. Like I'm not gonna lie, like there's gonna be a couple of fights that I think will probably set the internet on fire, like it usually does. But as far as like a culmination of story and fights, Shibuya arc was it. Shibuya arc was the Cell game. Shibuya arc was uh the retrieval Sasuke arc. Like there's just certain things that's like, or I would say no, more so like the pain invasion arc of like you kind of did it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like you did
So
it.
would you say the Culling Games is the Danzo versus Sasuke fight where it was fire, but it meant nothing at the end? They kind of botched Danzo. Danzo should have been Danzo should have been endgame if you wrote the story correctly or second to last boss.
I agree with that. Um, I'd say that it is actually probably an accurate comparison, or somewhere in the scale of once Bleach kind of got to and I know this is gonna sound kind of crazy given how like it's held overall, but once we kind of got into the invasion from Ichigo's hometown, where the top three Espada show up, and you're just kind of like, all right, why is Hitsugai still alive? You know, like it gets to a point of like you can only but my ability beats you. Like, fam, he just wiped out a city block. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's what the culling game gets to at a certain point of like some of these people should not be on this stage right now.
Like save them for later.
Yeah, like your part in this story is done. You just go take a seat somewhere. I feel like the culling game kind of gets to that point, and you. The reason why I know I'm right is because at a certain point, he ends up course correcting, and a lot of the uh, engaged cast at that moment goes bye bye. That's what I'll say. Yeah, goes bye bye. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Golly.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's still good though. I just because the reason why I asked that is because of course One Piece is in a tier on itself, right?
Is it
Um,
go no, go ahead.
oh, I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say like I would be surprised if we get Chainsaw Man again this year,
Hey, Chainsaw Man did great.
right? But the thing is Mappa is making both Jujutsu and Chainsaw Man, so I'm like that sweatshop can only be open like so many days a
Yeah, yeah,
week.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Okay,
at
yeah.
some point,
Okay, got you.
the carpal tunnel is gonna kick in if you're having them just like not to make light of a bad situation, but I'm like that. The
Did you watch the Chainsaw Man movie?
Yeah, I did. We talked about it.
How'd you Oh, okay, okay.
I think
You
we
liked
should
it, right?
probably review it for Anime Corner. To be honest, like
Okay.
really get into it. I think that would be
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
good Anime Corner. But that's why I was like, I think it would be good for them to ride off the hype of the movie. Like I've just been seeing
Yes.
nothing but the bomb demon clip, the bomb devil clips, all literally all over the place for the past 3 months. So obviously
Um,
it registered well. I just don't know if it's coming back as an anime this year. Don ain't coming back till 2027. So
Dawn was my thing, man.
yeah,
That was my
and season two
favorite.
was good.
Yeah.
Got a little bit more weird, but it was good.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
need to talk
yeah,
to the gentleman. Some stuff didn't happen in high school the way he wanted to.
no.
We had to talk to him.
And he got it back in blood.
We got to talk to him.
Yeah, but okay. With that, I think we'll wrap up tonight's episode. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we are back 2026. We're trying to be more on it this year, trying to be more consistent. Will the energy levels always be there? I'll be transparent with y'all. Maybe not. Most Jordan and I will probably be recording most episodes like this when we're coming off of work, trying to survive.
No
But
sense of being.
yeah, no sense of me. But obviously, we'll try to plan out the shows as much as possible to kind of give you guys at least the quality of content as possible. What we're doing. As always, we appreciate the support. We appreciate even the growth in subscribers while we were on break. Like we went up in subscribers.
Yeah, we did, man.
So I'm not, like, thank you.
Thank you very, very much. We
Yeah,
appreciate you. We
definitely,
love you.
definitely. So
Happy New Year's to all.
yeah, the first podcast of the year, and many more to come, basically, and hopefully with some interesting surprises along the way for this year. But till then, I am Antonius the Gamer. Super.
This is Super SSS Rank. For all of you guys that have not subscribed that watch our videos, guys, like and subscribe. We're here for you, man. We want to engage. We want to do more. This is just where we're starting, but we will definitely get there together, and we'll give you the content of your dreams. I mean, that we have near and dear in our
Yeah,
hearts. You know?
I agree. Like
Yeah.
it is a community fuel thing to be. Y'all see how the world is. There ain't no secret investor in us quite yet. So it's y'all and
Yeah,
us.
quite yeah, man. It's you guys, man. So
Yeah. But till next time, peace.